Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Jai Radha Madan Mohan Radha Madan Mohan Radhe Jaya Jagannatha Jagannatha Baladeva Jaya Subhadramai Jaya Gauranitai 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 Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तनम की ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जगद्गुरु शील प्रभुपाद की ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवतसेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकीनन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः. Hare Krishna. Today we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 21, Instructions by Maharaj Prutu, text number 26. यूयं तद् अनुमोदत्वम् पितृर्देवर्षयो मलाः कर्तुः शास्तुरनुज्ञातस् तुल्यं यत् प्रेत्य तत्फलम्। जय श्री राधा मदन मोहन जी की, श्री श्री गौनिताय की, जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा महारानी की, शील प्रभुपाद की। यूयं तद् अनुमोदत्वम् पितृर्देवर्षयो अमलाः कर्तुः शास्तुरनुज्ञातस् तुल्यं यत् प्रेत्य तत्फलम्। यूयं तद् अनुमोदध्वम् पितृर्देवर्षयो अमलाः कर्तुः शास्तुरनुज्ञातस् तुल्यं यत् प्रेत्य तत्फलम्। यूयं तद् अनुमोदध्वम् पितृदेवर्षयो मलाः तुल्यं यत् प्रेत्य तत्फलम्। यूयं तद् अनुमोदत्वम् पितृदेवर्षयो मलाः कर्तुः शास्तुरनुज्ञातस् तुल्यं यत् प्रेत्य तत्फलम्। यूयं तद् अनुमोदत्वम् पितृदेवर्षयो मलाः तुल्यं यत् प्रेत्य तत्फलम्। Matai Smudi. What word meaning? Yuyam, all you respectable persons who are present here. That Anumodatvam, kindly approve of my proposal. Pitrur, persons coming from Pitruloka. Deva, persons coming from heavenly planets. Rishaya, great sages and saintly persons. Amalaha, those who are cleansed of all sinful activities. Kartuhu, the performer. Sastuhu, the order giver. Anujñatuhu, the supporter. Tulyam, equal. Yat, which. Pretya, after death. Tat, that. Phalam, result. Translation purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation. I request all the pure-hearted demigods, forefathers and saintly persons to support my proposal. For after death, the result of an action is equally shared by its doer, its director and its supporter. Please repeat after me. I request all the pure-hearted demigods, forefathers and saintly persons to support my proposal. For after death, the result of an action is equally shared by its doer, its director, its supporter. Purport. The government of Prithu Maharaj was perfect because it was administered exactly according to the orders of the Vedic injunctions. Prithu Maharaj has already explained that the chief duty of the government is to see that everyone executes his respective duty and is elevated to the platform of Krishna consciousness. The government should be so conducted that automatically one is elevated to Krishna consciousness. King Prithu therefore wanted his citizens to cooperate fully with him, for if they ascended, they would enjoy the same profit as he after death. If Prithu Maharaj, as a perfect king, were elevated to the heavenly planets, that is, the citizens who cooperated by approving of his methods would also be elevated with him. Since the Krishna conscious movement is going on at the present moment, is genuine, perfect, and authorized, and is following in the footsteps of Prithu Maharaj. Anyone who cooperates with this movement or accepts its principles will get the same result as the workers who are actively propagating Krishna consciousness. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्दस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातां सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनासहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमावं विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिनि नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणि निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणि नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमाप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्ता राधा कान्ता नमोऽस्तुते तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. Hare Krishna. Seeking blessings from His Grace Anand Mai Prabhu and all the assembled Vaishnavas, so that I can render some service by glorifying the Supreme Lord for my own purification and as a service to all the Vaishnavas. So, this chapter is very wonderful chapter with full of wonderful instructions by Prithu Maharaj for the welfare of all the citizens. It is very rare to get good instructions in this world. Uh, so our Prabhupada speaks about two things in Bhagavad Gita, that is Shreyas and Preyas. Shreyas is that thing, it is for the long term welfare of a living entity, and Preyas is all about immediate happiness. But by following Preyas, but by following Shreyas, that in terms of thinking in the long term welfare, the immediate needs also gets fulfilled very easily. Vedic culture, Sanatan Dharma is all about actually not just worrying about only this lifetime, only about few years, how to be happy. It always thinks about the life beyond this, this immediate life. In that way, Prithu Maharaj, as ideal king, is giving such wonderful instructions actually how to lead a life of Krishna consciousness and how to be happy in this lifetime and go back to Godhead. So we see in Bhagavatam such wonderful kings are there in those days. Before, in the next canto, we get to know about the Rishabdev, Maharaj Rishabdev. He also gives very great instructions, beginning with all the 100 sons and to all the citizens also. Nayam deho deha bhajan ruloke, kastan kaman arhate vidbujam ye. Tapo divyam putrakayana sattvam suddhyeti yasmat brahma saukhyam tu anantam. So all these great personalities actually are giving such a noble instructions to all the citizens and guiding them in very noble path. So it is so wonderful that this land is ruled by such wonderful kings in those days, and they are all guiding the citizens in very noble way. But unfortunately, now many of the parents also don't know what is the good for their own children. In those days, the kings used to tell all the citizens all these good things. Unfortunately, now parents, teachers, nobody knows actually what is good for uh, anybody, and they are all misleading everybody. In the name of being a well-wisher, uh, everybody is misleading others. That's why Shastra says, don't become father, don't become mother, don't become guru, unless you can deliver your dependents from the cycle of birth and death. So here we can see Prithu Maharaj, such a ideal king, he is giving such noble instructions. In general, actually, a living entity is very in ignorant position. We are all born ignorant, actually. But it is who is guiding us and whose guidance we are accepting that makes a lot of difference. There is a saying in English, recently I heard, there is a group of sheep that is guided by a lion. They all can kill a group of lions guided by a sheep. Hmm? There are so many sheep are there, but its leader is a lion, and that is guiding the sheep. And there are so many lions are there, that leader is a sheep. And if there is a battle, who will win is the sheep are going to kill all the lions actually, because they are guided by lion. So that is a situation exactly if you see in the current scenario. Mm. And we have our acharyas are called Simha Guru, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur and Prabhupada. So there is a story also comes actually in those days actually. And there is a lion couple are there, and they got one baby, and they wanted to teach the baby how to hunt and everything. They took them along with them. So during the course, actually that uh, cub is lost, and that happened to land in a sheep group, you know, and and they all felt actually who is this came into our herd. But they felt it is good actually if this fellow is there with us, then no enemies can attack. you know we are protected by having this lion cub. So they started raising that lion cub, feeding the grass and all these things, and no, that lion cub also forgot who am I. It is also just living like one of the sheep, like making the same sound like a sheep. And the father mother are in great distress. Where is our baby? We are not able to find. So they searched everywhere, but they couldn't trace out. So one day they decided that today is exclusively dedicated for somehow or other we should find our son or daughter, whatever it is. And they went ahead, and while searching, they found actually in a group of sheep there is a baby. A baby lion is there, and they started going towards them, and all the sheep started running, and the baby cub also started running in fear of the lions. And they went and they ran and they caught hold of the you know baby lion, and they brought back. And that is not interested to come. That is also becoming fearful. And finally they brought the baby lion, and they are trying to tell that you are our child, you don't belong to them. But that lion cub is not understanding. So uh, what they did is they take the baby near a pond and showed its face in the water, and showed the faces of both father and mother. See how you look like, how we look like. We are similar. How the sheep look like. So you don't belong to them, you belong to us. And they roared and make the lion also roar. Baby. And the baby is roaring like a sheep. But it trained them and make the memory revived. And finally the lion cub understand actually whom it belongs to, what is its parentage and everything. Otherwise it is also living like one of the sheep only. And so similarly, our condition is also like that only actually. We are also something belongs to lion family, coming from the Supreme Lord and the great Acharyas. But being in the material world, we started living like a sheep and guided by a sheep. And because of that, we lost our potency completely. But by again coming into the contact of pure devotees and devotees, we get our memory back. So here it is told something very wonderful actually. Cooperation which is done, uh, they also get the same benefit. Mhm. Uh, the result of an action is equally shared by its doer, its director, and its supporter. The same phenomenon is explained also in Prabhupada books actually about meat selling and eating. Those who eat the meat, those who cooked the meat, those who distribute the meat, those who cut the animal, and like that, all these people also are liable to the sin. In the same way, in the positive sense also, if you see, hmm, that anybody who is doing some good activity, who is supporter of the activity, hmm, and who is the concept creator, and everybody gets the good benefit of the activity. Actually, if you see in the life of Prabhupada, you know, whoever supported his activities in the beginning days actually, they are also all glorified. Even their names are now also are remembered and appreciated. They may be done very small things actually, but they did in the hour of the need, greatest need, they did. Sumati Murarji gave one ticket, Jaladuta, but that is in one sense not so big contribution, but that is the big contribution at that time. Hmm? And the Arjun Pandya captain is there in the Jaladuta. He also served Prabhupada. Hmm. Small contribution in one sense, but his name is even now also remembered. Sally Agrawal, when after he went to, he stayed there for some time, and the Ram Murthy Mishra, you know. So if you see, all these people actually did small, small services for Prabhupada, but it is they did at the time of greatest need. And because of that, actually, they received such great blessings. Even now, also people remembering. And afterwards, if you see the three couples in the beginning, Shyam Sundar Prabhu, Malti Mataji, Gurudas Prabhu, Janaki Mataji, and Mukunda Maharaj, and Yamuna Mataji. So all these they assisted Prabhupada in the beginning and later also for good amount of time, still assisting. So if you see anybody assisted Prabhupada at that time, actually, because it Prabhupada was in desperate need to spread this movement. So all these people actually are very, very glorious in assisting Prabhupada in that mission. Even we see now also Prabhuji is here, His Grace Anandmai Prabhu. Since that time, you know, at that time there is nothing here, BBT, nothing is there. Prabhuji assisting that. So, uh, I heard actually this concept is there even in share market also. You know, if somebody opens a company, he's a brand new fellow. You know, his company is going to be successful or not, nobody knows. You know, at that time, anybody invests or not, you know, it is all random actually. So but somebody invests, uh, and is that time it is the share value is very, very less. But if companies become successful, it goes into multi millions crores and everything. That time his investment also maybe of 100 rupees, that will become 1 crore rupees within short time. Because at that time he is a nobody, you know. So his company is going to become hit or not, nobody knows actually. But he invested at that time with not knowing anything also, he is going to become successful or not, he doesn't know. But still he put it. In the same way, actually, those who served Prabhupada in the beginning days, actually, nobody knows actually what Prabhupada is going to become famous or, you know, rich, you know, very successful. Nobody knows. But still they came forward and they assisted Prabhupada. So all the people are very, very glorious actually at that time who served. And Prabhupada wrote also Govindas Mataji and Mandakini Mat. So many Matajis also are there. She planted Tulsi Maharani in Western countries. So Prabhupada mentions her name in Bhagavatam purport also. It is her only name, it comes in Bhagavatam. And Jayanand Prabhu. So many actually, if you see, of Prabhupada disciples, they assisted Prabhupada at that time in spreading this movement. So, like that, actually, if you see in the olden days, there are so many Rajarshis are there, and they are giving such wonderful instructions. So, even though it is not democracy, it is monarchy, but still, the guiding people are very nice people. Now, if you see, it is democracy, but it is all useless actually. So I heard somebody is sharing one joke kind of thing. One fellow is telling, "You should give me your vote." And the people asked, "Actually, we elected you for last two times also. You did not do anything. So why should you elect now?" Then he told, "Actually, first time you elected, I saved some money for myself. Second time you elected, I saved money for my friends and relatives. If you elect me now, I will do something for you now." If you don't elect me now, and if you elect somebody, then he will do the same thing now for next two times. And if you elect me now, now I am done. I am satisfied. Now I will do something for you. So this is the situation now, actually, of the leaders. So we can't imagine actually what is the uh, in those days. So one good thing is that actually even still also we have great opportunity to assist Prabhupada. They are glorious who got that opportunity at the first hand. So but still the opportunity is still it is there. And the beauty of the path of bhakti, it is full of humility and gratitude. And Prithu Maharaj, if you see, actually, he is, so much encouraging and be grateful to all the citizens also. And we see the beauty in bhakti. If you see Prabhupada and all our spiritual masters, they are grateful to us for accepting Krishna consciousness. And we are grateful to them for offering us Krishna consciousness. But in the outside world, if you say, I did great favor to you, like that they say. But on the path of bhakti, it is not like that actually. They are grateful to us and we are grateful to them. So, in that way, it is the whole atmosphere is very surcharged actually with Krishna consciousness. And we see in the scriptures also, Dhruv Maharaj also was helped by his mother on the path of bhakti. And because of that, she also was given the opportunity before Dhruv Maharaj to go back to Godhead. Prabhupada writes in that purport out of his humility, actually, even though I am not qualified, if one of my disciples, if they become perfect and they go back to Godhead, I will also achieve back to Godhead. So it is very, very amazing actually. The path of bhakti, it is full of very deep humility and gratitude. And we hear that one pastime of Shripad Ramanujacharya, once he was going to Tirumala, he doesn't know what is the way. He asks one person who is doing something on the road, yeah, where is the way? Then he shows this is the way. So immediately he offers Rashtang Dandavat repeatedly. And all the disciples ask Guru Maharaj, why are you offering him obeisances? No, he showed me path back to Godhead actually. So I should be so grateful to him because he showed me the way. Mm. And actually, after going to Tirumala, while he coming back, he was given lot of Mahaprasadam. And once on the way, he opens that and sees there are so many ants are there. And he says, all the disciples, now we have to go back to Tirumala. Why? These are all Dhamvasis actually. All these ants are residing in Vaikunta. How can we bring them back into this material world? We should keep it back. So and take all of them and again he places the prasadam there only and offers obeisances and come back actually. So we can't imagine actually all these great souls and they have such a wonderful consciousness. Mm. So in the association of sincere devotees and pure devotees, what will happen actually? We'll have some divine purpose in our life, noble purpose to live. That's what make life joyful. So many times people are living, but they don't have any divine purpose or good purpose only for live. So the spirituality offers such a noble purpose because of which actually Anandambudi Vardhanam, day after day, people are more and more happy and joyful in that way. Here Prabhupada writes very beautifully that Krishna consciousness movement is genuine, perfect, and authorized. Very concisely, Prabhupada writes about this. So, to the degree we understand these three things, it is very genuine, it is the most perfect thing, it is authoritative. So, then there is no confusion will remain in our minds actually. So, we will perfectly progress on our path back to Godhead. So, as the Kali Yuga is progressing, actually, we can see everything is going down. Everything is of impure, and low quality. And the water got polluted, air got polluted, food got polluted. Everything is getting polluted. But still, If you think one glorious thing is there, still available in pure, that is knowledge. Hmm? The food for the soul, which is the most important nourishment, that is still available in most purest form. The food for the body, it is anyway, if you give organic food or whatever, the body is not going to remain. It will collapse. And even it is doubtful also, whatever they are selling organic, it is only God only knows how much it is pure. But on the other hand, still we have such a purest knowledge, and we have the holy name sung by Prabhupada. Pure sound vibration is still available in the form of Vani and in the form of books. And we have so many wonderful, spiritual masters practicing and preaching such a pure philosophy and pure knowledge, which is the food for the soul. This is the diet for the soul. By having this food, which is available in the form of Prabhupada books and purports, the soul's disease gets cured. The disease of the soul is to controllership and want to enjoying mentality. That is completely got cured, and the soul is get liberated forever. Otherwise, only having food for the body, the soul is not cured. Again, the soul has to accept one more body, one more body, one more body. So, even in this most degraded condition, which is everywhere, everything is degradation, still we have such wonderful opportunity to access this divine knowledge, which is food for the soul. And to the degree we assimilate this and we distribute this knowledge now, this month of marathon, opportunity for giving this actually real food. There is food for life is there, you know, food distribution, but this is the real food actually, which is the knowledge, food for the soul. So by distributing this, we can be make Srila Prabhupada and all the Guru Parampara happy and pleased. So these are some few thoughts upon this glorious purport of Srila Prabhupada. Thank you all very much for your patient hearing. ग्रंथरा श्रीमद् भागवतम की श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय. His Grace Anandmai Prabhu, you want to add anything?
I was a little inquisitive regarding the proportion of the reaction. Somebody performs some action and the order given is also enjoying or suffering the equal reaction, and those who are supporting also. But in a previous previous commentary, I think it was mentioned 1/6 1/6 of the reaction. So is there any difference between these two ideas?
The 1/6 the king is going to get actually, that is the ruler is going to get 1/6 of the pious deeds of the citizens and impious deeds of the citizens. That is the ruler. But regarding that meat and everything, that proportion is not mentioned, but everybody gets the sinful reaction, who is distributing and who eating and everything. I am not sure about the proportions, how much sixth or whatever.
I heard also earlier that karma is shared by the entire country. Those who belong to a particular country, there is a karma that is attached to that particular country. And all the people who live in that country, they have to take their share of karma, that belongs to the particular country. So there is a national karma.
National karma. Yes, Prabhu, there is actually that in Chaitanya Charitamrita also, that Nityanand Prabhu goes to one place and they offend Nityanand Prabhu. In that particular Chandi Mandapa, they don't allow, they cut some goat and something there. And after that, Nityanand Prabhu leaves that place. and after that the whole village gets wiped out. And there is one particular episode is there in Chaitanya Charitamrita.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Yes, Prabhu.
Prabhu, just looking at the word for meanings, kartu, shastuhu, and anugnatuhu. I was actually just wondering, who exactly in that shloka is actually the performer? Is that the citizens who are the performers? And the order giver, would that be King Prithu? And Anugnatu, the supporters, would that be like forefathers, demigods, and saintly persons? Would that be the way we need to understand? And also, is it possible for you to give us an example in day-to-day life when we actually do something? How do we actually understand in relation to the modern day? Like who's the doer, who's the supporter, and who's the order giver?
Actually, this scenario is there in all aspects of life. Actually, somebody creates some concept, and so many people come together and they support that concept, and other people execute it. So similarly, in our this thing also, spiritual organization also, order givers are our spiritual masters, and that is executed through temple presidents and leaders and everything. And we devotees try to support all these things. This is my small understanding. So this is happens in any other uh, firm also, organization also.
So, in this particular shloka, would King Prithu the order giver? Can we say that?
Yeah, he is order giver,
But
but
the citizens are basically the doers, the performers.
he is requesting the citizens directly.
Right. And the supporters are the demigods, saintly persons,
Yes,
Pitru.
yes. Thank you. Hare Krishna. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय.